to pretty much what I would think is one of the most important things in Cocos2d. We are going to actually move our sprite and make an animation. And what does an animation require? Well, an animation kind of requires time. So we need to have a timer. So in Cocos2d version 3, they've been kind enough to add this little function. All you need to do is go to some blank space and type void, press the U button, now update. Now update delta, CC time delta, this is automatically scheduled. So this is going to be our timer, and see, it has this delta here. Now delta depends on your frame rate, so it updates depending on your frame rate. So if you have a 60, if your frame rate is, if your FPS is 60, then that means I believe it's going to be about 1/60. But if your frame rate is really low and you have a really slow game, like your performance is bad, then this delta is going to increase to compensate for that time. So delta is kind of like a variable that can change depending on your frame rate. Now, but 1 second, I believe 1 second would be 1 second. Like if this updates after 1 second, if your FPS is like 1, then the delta is going to be 1, I believe. But anyways, this is the default timer and it's called update. But if you want to have your own timer variable, your timer method, and if you want your timer method to execute exactly once every second, then what you can do is you can schedule your own timer like this. Write self, and you're going to write schedule. So schedule, and it comes up right here. Now you're going to have this one, schedule, selector, and interval CC time. So let's type this in. Now our selector, you need to use this @selector, and then you're going to type in whatever name you want. So I'm going to say game timer, and make a colon right after it. I don't know why you need the colon. It seems kind of silly to me, but whatever. Just add the little colon here. And interval, you can make it 1 second. Now, when you do this self selector, then you need to down here write void, and you need to write, then you just named your method game timer, so game timer. It's not going to pop up. I don't know, it just doesn't pop up when you declare it in this way. But game timer, and then CC time delta. Now, so these are the two different kinds of ways you can have. This is the default timer. You don't even need to declare it. And this one is the one that you need to declare, and it happens once every second. So let's make now let's get started on making our sprite move. So as you can see here, sprite.position, this is going to set the position. Now let's set the update here and say sprite.position equals ccp, and see, we can't just say sprite.position.x plus equals 1. We can't do that because this is a read-only property. I don't know why they made it a read-only property, but they just did, So, but what you can do is you can just make a point, and you can use so what we're going to do is we're going to say sprite, if we want to move the x, sprite.position.x and sprite.position.y. So this is going to put it exactly, this is the position it's already in, and if we want to change it, we just add something here, like you can say plus delta, so we're going to move it to the right. So now we're going to add an if statement, but I want to show you that this works. So see, it moves, but we want to make this loop around, like, you know, loop, 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 loop. So we're going to say if actually, here we go, if sprite dot position dot x is greater than, now, like I made this comment right here, the iPhone 5 is 568 points. Oh, and the reason why I was moving so fast is because this is CC position type normalized. So if it's CC position type normalized, then if position.x is greater than 1, then let's set the sprite position equal to 0. Now check this out. So it goes to 1. So actually the center, all right, so you can just see it. This is like I'm getting hypnotized right here. Near, 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 near. All right, but I'll stop being annoying now. Yeah, so that's with CC position type normalized, but sometimes you don't want to use this. I've experienced some problems using this, so let's comment this out. And since we're using the simulator, which is a regular iPhone 3, then this is at 480 points, but I also have this. See, if you want your game to work for both iPhone 3, 4, and 5, then you can just obtain the width, the screen width, by doing this. Screen width equals cc director share director dot view size dot width. So we can say screen width, and if it goes beyond the width of the screen, then push it back. Now let's see if this works. Whoa, what happened? Oh, it's moving. Do you see that? It's moving very slowly. That's because when it was in CC position type normalized, the whole screen was just 1 pixel, like pretty much just 1. So the delta made a bigger impact. But now our screen width is 480, so it's 480 times wider, you know, so it's taking a much longer time to move. And also we can change this to screen width over 1/2. This is if it's not normalized, screen width and screen height over 2. So this is going to put it in the middle. So here we go, and it's moving very slowly. So if you want to make it move faster, we can just make this delta much bigger. So let's say 5 times delta. So now it's moving a little bit faster. Let's make it move really fast because I'm getting bored. Alright, so it's moving pretty fast. Let's see if it works. And so it basically loops right back around perfectly. Yeah, pretty nice sprite here. I should sell this to Microsoft. Actually, I'm just quoting somebody else. There's somebody else who does, you know, like Objective-C tutorials, and he's really cool. But anyways, he even has Cocos2d stuff, just something like this. But the tutorial that he does is for Cocos2d version 1 or something, so it's a little bit outdated. So I'm just showing you how to, you know, make a timer and all this stuff. So if also I showed you that you can use this 1-second timer, so we can just copy this code and let's copy this code here, and now look, check this out. This is going to execute like 60 times slower, because our FPS, if our FPS is like 60, then this delta is going to be, you know, and actually this doesn't even have a delta. I don't believe. Well, delta is going to be 1. Delta is going to be exactly equal to the interval, so it's not going to make a big difference, but it's only going to execute once every second. So I'm just going to show you. So I'm going to comment this out, and I'll show you it's only going to execute once every second. So see, once, boom, 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 boom. So yeah, these are the ways you can declare timers. You can declare as many timers as you want. You know, I can just copy and paste this and make, you know, I can make a game timer 2 that executes, you know, once every 5 seconds. And just copy this, and you know, game timer 2. Say game timer 2. Game timer 2. Now, what is up with game timer 2? We're gonna run this. So now that it's working at 0.5, and the delta is gonna be exactly equal to this interval. So, you know, let's go. And there you go. It's bump, 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 bump. So it's you know, it's twice as fast. Now, if we change this delta to like 0.5, it's basically going to be the same thing. See, bump, bump, bump. It's basically the same exact thing, because delta is always equal to this interval. So, oops. Whoa, what is this? Delta, yeah. So that's just the basic run through on how to use timers. Now, actually, let's use, let's use rotation. Let's just change the rotation. And let's say if rotation is greater than 0, then we're gonna set, if the rotation is greater than 360, set it to 0. Now let's see. 4 cycle bump. Whoa, what is it doing? Did I mess something up? Oh, okay. So we want to say sprite dot rotation. What am my caps lock is on. Let's do sprite dot rotation plus equals, you know, 100 times delta. Okay, so let's do this. Check this out. It's going to rotate. Boom, boom, boom. It's pretty cool. Dun 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 dun. Bum bada bum bada bum bada bum bum. Dun 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 dun. So now if you want to make this go really fast, let's just make it go at maximum speed. Dun, 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 dun. Wow, I should sell this to Microsoft. Make millions of dollars. All right, so that's, you know, that's the basic thing, you know. Well, actually, let's set it to 180. Maybe this will give a cooler effect. Dun, 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 dun. So there you go. Bump, 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 bump. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm kind of like I get easily distracted. So that's the basic video on how to use timers. So we made 2 different kinds of timers, plus we used the default timer. I showed you how to move it off the screen. You can do opacity, you can increase, oh my god, we can do lots of things, but I don't want to go over the YouTube limit of 15 minutes.